Welcome to the Nevis newscast for Friday, August 5th, 2022. I am Fredicia Liebert. Voters in St. Kitts and Nevis took to the polls on Friday, August 5th to elect new parliamentary representatives for the National Assembly and the new government of the Federation. The polls opened at 7 a.m. and were expected to close at 6 p.m. A total of 50,933 persons were eligible to cast their ballots. Of that number, 12,918 persons were registered to vote in Nevis. 6,669 persons were eligible to vote in the constituency of Nevis 9. 1,845 persons were eligible to vote in the constituency of Nevis 10, while 4,404 persons were eligible to vote in the constituency of Nevis 11. Candidates from the Concerned Citizens Movement CCM, the Nevis Reformation Party NRP, and the Moral Restoration Movement MRM are contesting the elections. The counting of ballots will begin at 8 p.m. and subsequently announced by Supervisor of Elections Elvin Bailey. The Organization of American States, OAS, has deployed a mission to observe the general elections. The mission, which is headed by former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bruce Golding, is comprised of 11 experts and observers from 9 countries of the region. They are working in person and remotely to observe areas such as electoral organization and technology, electoral justice, political finance, and the political participation of women. A 7-member CARICOM election observer team has also been deployed. The CARICOM team is led by Sais Gunraj of Guyana, the chief of mission. The team comprises observers from Guyana, Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, Jamaica, Suriname, and Haiti. The election observer missions will present their preliminary reports with observations, along with recommendations that will seek to support the continued strengthening of the electoral process in the country. The Nevis Island Administration has implemented new measures in an effort to alleviate the impact of the rising cost of fuel and the resulting cost of electricity on the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, and its customers. That disclosure was made by Premier and Minister of Public Utilities, the Honourable Mark Brantley.
We have asked NEVLEC, and they have since September 2021 introduced this rolling 6-month average. But the Cabinet in Nevis has also gone further now, and we are committing to NEVLEC $1.75 million per month, specifically to try and cushion this shock that NEVLEC itself is experiencing. And so the fuel surcharge, as a result, we are capping the fuel surcharge at 65 cents. And that is significant because as of today, NEVLEC is advising that the actual fuel surcharge is 90 cents. So we are trying to cap it at 65 cents by the government injecting $1.75 million, per month into NEVLEC in order for it to pass on that relief to customers.
Premier Brantley also spoke to the solution.
The ultimate answer is for us to finally harness our renewable energy supplies, to do more in terms of our wind, to do more in getting to the goal line in terms of geothermal energy, and that will insulate us from these rising costs and conflicts across the world. Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Russia, any of these areas of the world have difficulty. We pay a price here even though we are far removed from that difficulty because oil and oil prices is a global commodity, and that is the impact that we have. I think that I should point out to you that that policy of NEVLEC has, in the last year, cost NEVLEC in excess of $3.1 million by way of subsidy. So even though the bill is high, and we acknowledge it is high, and we apologize for it being high, it would have been even higher had NEVLEC not absorbed some $3.1 million of that.
At his July 28th press conference, Premier Brantley also used the opportunity to urge NEVLEC's customers to do what they can to conserve energy. Still to come,
at-risk youth
need programs to steer them in the right direction.
The details right after this break.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. Boys in Ties, an initiative which seeks to provide an avenue for boys aged 11 to 18 years grow personally and professionally, has been officially launched in Nevis. The initiative is the brainchild of founder Infatari Hanley.
The aim and purpose of the program is to expose, engage, and educate young boys in various disciplines. The whole idea is to create a community or brotherhood between the boys so that they can fully understand the value for respect of self and others and the solemnity in togetherness.
Hanley also spoke of the activities that are scheduled to take place during the first year of the program.
This year, the program will be run for a period of 3 weeks. The first week will be met by a number of activities and seminars that will give professionals an opportunity to engage with the boys, to educate them in the field of academics, entrepreneurship, budgeting, technology, proper work ethics, dining etiquette, tie training, sex education, community affairs, crime deterrence, and many other disciplines that will influence their growth as young boys in order for them to survive and thrive in social and economic systems. In the second and third week, the boys will be assigned to different establishments to experience the world of work. The concept is to assign each boy to a workplace that reflected their prospective career choice. So they have an idea from very early on as to what the work entails and to witness the daily operations of employers and employees. The boys will be given a stipend, and this would afford them the opportunity to appreciate the value in working hard to earn an honest dollar. So to the sponsors who came on board and decided to give the boys the opportunity, I extend a hearty thank you.
Acknowledging the positive impact that Boys in Ties could have on the island's young men, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, has endorsed the program.
I think that this morning is an opportunity for celebration because Infatari Hanley has decided to launch a program. A program that would reap a lot of benefits in the entire Nevisian community. And so I wish to say at the outset that the Ministry of Social Development gives this program its full blessing. At-risk youth need programs to steer them in the right direction, to steer them away from a life of deviant behavior and crime. And so, again, I wish to say, we fully endorse this program.
The ceremony, which was held on July 25th, was chaired by Mario Philip of the Department of Gender Affairs. 42 aspiring teachers have completed the 2022 Prospective Teachers course. The 2-week program focuses on evaluating and providing training for persons seeking to enter the teaching profession. At the closing ceremony, Carissa Griffin, a prospective teacher who participated in this year's program, spoke of her experience and that of her peers over the duration of the course.
During the past 2 weeks, we were engaged in many interactive yet informative sessions. These included, but were not limited to, classroom management, teaching strategies, learning styles, types of assessments, and differentiation. We learned the importance of creating student-centered activities that will not only keep our students engaged, but how to make learning fun, relevant, and interactive. These interactions should cater to all types of learners, since everyone learns differently and our teaching styles and strategies must align with the needs of diverse learners to gain optimal results. We explored the functions and capabilities, which I found quite interesting. We had the opportunity to also discuss and think of possible outcomes and solutions of various scenarios. These were scenarios that we may encounter during our teaching journey. They helped us understand the roller coaster journey that teachers embark on a daily basis. These activities tested our problem-solving skills while providing insight on various scenarios.
Griffin thanked those who played a part in training the participants and shared some encouraging words with the other participants as they draw closer to commencing their teaching careers.
We were graced with the presence of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education and the Principal Education Officer, Mr. Barrett and Ms. Claxton, respectively, who took time out of their packed schedule to facilitate sessions for the prospective teachers. Some of the current teachers sacrificed their vacation to facilitate the very interesting and informative sessions. We are greatly appreciative of the time and information shared. Prospective teachers, we survived thus far. This is commendable. I leave you to reflect on this quote from William Arthur Ward. The mediocre teacher touts. The good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates. The great teacher inspires. Thank you.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Kevin Barrett, wished the prospective teachers success as they move forward, encouraging them to acknowledge the significant role that they may soon play in building the Federation's future.
After these courses that you would have done over the past 2 weeks, you will now be given an opportunity to impact lives in this country forever. You're going to be stepping into a realm of nation building. You will now be in a position to help determine every profession or vocation that one of your students will eventually choose. Professions and vocations that we hope would help to build our nation. Therefore, the knowledge and skills that you would have instilled or you would instill in these students are absolutely critical. It means you will have a huge responsibility, and I implore you to take that responsibility seriously when it comes. What the island is looking for at this time is committed and talented teachers. We hope that we will find that in you. I wish you all success going forward and God's blessings as you embark on the best career that I know.
Also present was Principal Education Officer Sonala Claxton, who assisted in the distribution of certificates of completion. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Silibird. Thank you for viewing.